subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon.
So we are in February first week. In fact, today is the first Sunday of February 2022. Though January has not many days to celebrate, related to environment. February, there were two important days meanwhile. One was a budget day, 1st February. In fact, environment or maybe climate action was taken into account in this budget. And 2nd of February was the World Wetlands Day. And on what World Wetlands Day, India got two more wetlands listed into the Ramsar list. And those two are one from Gujarat, Kejadia, and the second was Bakhira in Uttar Pradesh. But in January, there was one important day, and that was on 10th of January 2022, when the National Clean Air Program became 3 years old. National Clean Air Program was launched on 10th of January 2019 to address air pollution in 102 cities. Later on, it became 132 cities, and the primary objective, in fact, the target or aim, you can say, to reduce key air pollutants like PM10 and PM2.5. And you can, they have also referred it as ultra fine particulates. Now, the target is that through NCAP, 20 to 30% of this PM10 and PM2.5 is to be reduced in these non-attaining cities, 132 cities basically, in a span of 5 years. That is by 2024, considering the 2017 as the baseline. So now, for example, if PM10 or PM2.5 is 100 in 2017, then through NCAP we can expect then by 2024 it should be either 70 or maybe 80. Now, I am not talking about the success or failure or whatever has happened in the last 3 years. Rather, I am sharing a broad outlook of air quality data in January 2022. It may be interesting for you to know. I have published this in my 2nd February 2022 issues, and the analysis is based on the daily AQI data published by the Central Pollution Control Board. How many cities were monitored? How many cities from which AQI data was shared, or we got the AQI data in January 2022. In fact, let me share a data that the total number of data shared in January was 4740. So 4740 numbers of data were shared in January 2022, and the month's average is 153 cities, maximum 163 cities, and that was on 1st January 2022, and the minimum was 140 on 17th of January. Now, in how many cities AQI was in good category? In the whole month of January. You must be aware that AQI means Air Quality Index, and it is based on certain calculations. The calculation is easily available. It is on a Excel sheet. If you have got raw data, you can calculate. There is an Excel sheet given in the CPCB website. AQI is categorized into 6 different categories: 0 to 50, good AQI; 51 to 100, satisfactory AQI; 101 to 200, moderate AQI; 201 to 300, poor AQI; 300 to 400, very poor AQI; and 401 to 500 is severe AQI. So these are the 6 categories. So how many were in good category in the month of January 2022? The month's average is 16. So if you talk about January 2022, on an average 16 cities were having good AQI for the whole month, but the total number was maximum, that was 40, and it was on 9th of January 2022, and the minimum was 5. Now what about the severe category? I mean, good and the worst. Worst is severe. So what is the average, monthly average of severe category? Severe category's monthly average is 1. But the maximum number of cities from where we got severe category AQI data was 8 on the 5th of January. Though the month's average is just 1, if we take the 4740, the whole month's data, then the severe category AQI data was 0.9%. So there were so many cities, somewhere around 43 cities were listed in the whole month in severe category AQI. If we talk about Delhi AQI, in January 2022, Delhi AQI varied between 69 and 404. There was no good day, there was no day when there was a good AQI. Satisfactory AQI was there only on 2 days. Please note that there were so many days when there were rainfalls received in Delhi, or maybe Delhi and NCR both. Then 3 days in moderate category, 12 days in poor category, 13 days very poor category, and 1 day in severe category. Now if you go to Mumbai, AQI was satisfactory for 3 days only. There was no good days, there was no day when Mumbai had recorded good category of AQI. 20 days it was in moderate category, 7 days it was in poor, and 1 day it was in very poor, but there was no severe category AQI also. Chennai was much better, and 11 days it had recorded good category of AQI, and satisfactory category of AQI was recorded for 12 days, moderate 5 days, poor category 3 days only. There was no day where Chennai was recorded with any very poor or severe category of AQI. Kolkata had 1 day in good category AQI. Then 5 days it was satisfactory category, 10 days moderate category, 14 days poor category, and 1 day very poor category. There was in Kolkata also, there was no day where there was severe AQI. Now let us analyze the daily worst AQI, or maybe the highest AQI value. In fact, in the month 14 days it was very poor, and on 17 days it was severe. Cities from Bihar recorded worst AQI on 22 days of the month in January 2022. And the next was Haryana cities, Faridabad, Ballabgarh, Maheswar, they were 6 days. And it is a noteworthy data that for 24 days of the month in January 2022, there was no worst AQI or highest AQI recorded in any Delhi NCR cities. So all were outside Delhi or NCR. 1 day, in fact, it was in Navi Mumbai. 1 day it was in Kalaburgi. In fact, on 11 days, it was Munger which recorded the highest or worst AQI of the month. 11 days in Munger, followed by Siwan, another city in Bihar. The month's worst AQI was recorded in Kalaburgi. Kalaburgi is a place in Karnataka, and that value goes to 465. All the worst AQI data were predominantly because of particulate matters and most predominantly because of PM 2.5. A couple of data were there which were inflicted due to PM 10, but at the same time PM 2.5 was also a significant parameter in that case. The lowest AQI range was between, if you talk about the entire 31 days of January, then the lowest AQI was in the range of 12 to 32. ISOL quoted the lowest value of 12, and it was on 6th of January, and it remained least polluted for 9 days of the month. ISOL the northeastern city, the capital city of Mizoram. Another city in the down south, Thoothukudi, recorded the lowest AQI on 7 days of January 2022.